So I love to delve into the leftist mindset, the effeminized man, the depressed woman on SSRIs who's in the liberal elite like Mary Trump, as they react to the election results that they soundly predicted would go their way. Of course, when it didn't, we have a meltdown, and we are going to see this by this YouTuber by the name of Keith Richards. Props out to Crazy Manual for having sent this to me.
And here we go.
Major breaking election news. The dean of politics in Nevada, John Ralston, who has predicted correctly, every single presidential winner of the state for decades, has come out with his prediction for Nevada. I'm going to bring that to you in just a moment. There's more breaking news.
I guess you didn't get this one right.
Donald Trump, it is a day before the election. This is when the enthusiasm is the highest. I don't know how you're feeling. I'm feeling pumped. I am feeling pumped. We are about to elect the next president of the United States, and it's going to be Kamala Harris, the first
false
female president of the United States. Space. You could not fill 7,600 people. We are witnessing, I believe, the death of MAGA in real time. That is what's happening. This is a dying campaign. It's a dying campaign. I don't know why.
I'm glad that you could extrapolate that out to Donald Trump days before the election, after he filled stadiums and there was massive and raucous cheering for him, even in the Bronx, which is mostly lefty. Did you do your propaganda then?
The news is a dying campaign, a dying movement. Thank God. Thank God. And that goes right well into what I'm going to say next. Here is Nevada. Of course, I'm sure you know what's going to happen. If I'm excited about what he's about to say, it will.
Just for the record, I voted from the state of Nevada, that being my last place of residence in the United States. And I went out of my way, and I hadn't voted in the last two cycles, the last two elections, because I was out of the country and it was difficult and I didn't think it would make that much of a difference. But I could not sit this one out. I was so ardently opposed to Team Blue, as a former Democrat, by the way, that I did everything within my power to be able to cast my ballot. Team Blue is losing its former supporters in masses, in droves, and that's why Trump won, because Team Blue's gone completely evil.
Be just enough to overcome the Republican lead, along with women motivated by abortion. When the polls close and the votes are beginning to get counted and we start to see everything start to settle, we will look back at moments like this.
He is effeminized.
We will look back at crowd sizes. We'll look back at the enthusiasm in Kamala Harris's crowds.
Enthusiasm, the made-up enthusiasm, the made-up joy. You have to frickin' pay Beyonce $10 million and say that she might sing in order to get a crowd. Give me a break.
Are going to say,
that's where you went wrong.
How did we miss it? How did we miss it?
How did you miss that?
Well, I'm sitting here to tell you right now, we didn't miss it. We saw it all along. We knew that this was happening. We knew the polls were off, and we knew that Kamala Harris is on her way to becoming the first female president of the United States. And it's just hours away from happening. So if you have not voted, please just go vote. Vote. And if you have voted, text 4 people and make sure they voted.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
This is from his video.
A few moments later.
I've tried starting this video about 5 different times now, and I don't know what I want to say, but I think it's important for me to be there for you right now because we've been through this crazy summer together, and I think what I really just want to say is
cry.
I'm just really sorry.
Sorry, I don't feel pity for this guy. I just don't. If you're crying a day after the election to your audience and you had that much ego built into it, you can assess it. You can figure out where you went wrong after assuring us how correct you were. But don't cry. This is the effeminized man that I was speaking about in the last video. That is fairly obvious. Go ahead. Let it out. It's okay, little lib.
And you know, losing sucks. Normally.
You didn't lose.
But
well, you kind of
losing
did.
to him, knowing what this all means,
Oh, no, I lost to Trump.
Terrifying.
Oh, my God.
So
he's going to come into my bedroom at night and put a knife to my throat.
I do know that this is not the end of,
God, what a wuss.
This is not the end of the fight. This is not the end of the fight. This is, as I've always said, this is a generational fight we are in. And that doesn't change. Whether he won or not, that would not have changed because there is a fascist movement in our country.
Fascist.
It is now.
Fascist. Yes, the Democrats were the fascists. They were the one who were trying to end free speech. They were the one who tried to imprison their political opponents, label parents who stood up to DEI and transing kids as domestic terrorists, printed money up the wazoo and gave it to their friends, tried to end free speech. As I stated earlier, these are the fascists.
Now that the leader of that fascist movement has
Kamala Harris,
regained
Joe
power.
Biden.
And that is terrifying. But it is
Why?
more important now than ever to resist it. I think moving forward on this channel, I am going to try to find ways to help show what that looks like. I think...
Why don't you look in the mirror at your own party that you're representing, as I mentioned? That would do enormous good for you.
The content is going to have to change because we're no longer in a election cycle. We are now, in a post-presidency, post-election.
No, we are in a good presidency, not a post-presidency.
I guess also what I want to say is if you're mad at me, I get it.
I ain't mad. I feel sorry for you.
I hope
you've been effeminized by the leftist retards.
I hope you all still stay subscribed. And you stick around.
I'm so sad. I'm so crying. I'm just. I can't believe it. I was wrong. I just stay subscribed to me.
Because I think now is not the time to get complacent. I certainly feel demoralized, and I need some rest. So I'm gonna take some rest, maybe a day or two. I suggest you take as much time as you need, but we need you in this fight. Because the other side might have won momentarily, but as we know with COVID, Donald Trump can only
spit it out, sunshine.
And people are going to wake up when they see what Trump 2.0 is like. I believe that.
Yeah, they're going to wake up and move further away from the blue team.
And part of making America aware of what they've bought is showing the truth of it, and the truth is going to be harder than ever to find. And I just want to continue.
Are the media channels going to continue to bury it and promote the disinformation about COVID vaccine being completely effective, and if you get it, you can't transmit it to anyone, or lying about Donald Trump and what he stated, intentionally taking it out of context? What specifically are you talking about? The truth being harder to find. It's been obfuscated by your left-wing media for the last 10 years.
You being a defender of truth and democracy and the America that I love, the reason why I got into this was to prevent him from winning again. And I just feel like I've kind of...
But you were effective the same way that your wussiness is effective around women. You're not even a bad-looking guy, I don't think. I don't know. You guys judge. And you have no success because you have no charisma or confidence and can't complete a sentence.
I don't know. I just think the Democrats need to have a reckoning, and we need a...
Yeah, they do.
We just need to think, like, why are working class people not with us anymore? Like, what?
Why do people associate themselves with a party? It becomes an identity that becomes unshakable, and they remain aligned to it permanently as the values of the party shift away from what they formerly believed in. But because their once again, their identity is so tied to this group, to the party, they remain and wonder why everybody else who want the best for themselves and their families are moving away as the party completely shifts its priorities.
Is that about? That is where I am from, Macomb County. In Michigan. I want to win Macomb County. I don't want to win Oakland County. You know, we won Oakland County. That's one of the richest counties in the country. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why or how we gave up ground to non-college educated working class people who make...
What do you mean gave up ground to them, to non-college educated working class people? In other words, they shifted away from you, giving up ground to them, like they're beating you? No, they're moving away from you. You are in some sense gaining ground with the affluent class.
Not only a majority of America, but who have built America. So I don't know. I have a lot to think about and a lot of reading to do, and just a lot of acceptance to process.
Oh my God, what a wuss. Oh my God. Jesus. He does need psychological help. I hope he gets it. I hope that he's served well, but he's not well.
But I also just want to say that this channel gave me a real purpose, has given me a real purpose, and that each and every one of you instilled in me a purpose.
God. How can anybody respect
this
you?
Past summer would have felt a lot more scary and dark if I didn't have all of you to share it with.
Oh my God.
So thank you for that. And I hope we can stay in this fight together, because I think it's a fight worth having. I think it's a country worth fighting for. Donald Trump did not win 60% of the vote. You know, he cannot win without independents and persuadable voters. He has a base, and he won independence, and we've got to figure that out. But America is always a country full of surprises, and I think the American people are worth fighting for, personally. So, but if you're mad at them, you're mad at me. I get it. You know, be mad, feel that. But I think that's all I got, and you know, I hope we can. We have to figure this all out, and we will.
If there's a side of me that has empathy, I should have it for this guy. He's been deranged by the media. He wonders why people are shifting away from the Democrats. He can't figure it out because he's caught in his echo chamber of explanations, MSNBC, looking for all the potential signs that he's been right about everything, rather than taking in a vast amount of information and deducing based on a new equation that includes the extra thought process from the other side and incorporating it into his own. This is a person who's been obviously very effeminized. He seeks external validation. The channel gave him a purpose, and all those who empathized with him made him feel important, and thus he remains in that groove, continuing down the same path. And as validation increases, it becomes increasingly hard for him to see the world in through any other lens other than the blue one. And these are the people that are difficult to reach, but have some modicum of innate intelligence, I believe, that could be persuadable, if not for the hypnotic effect of party politics taking precedent over the reality of the world, of the planet. So it's very sad for me to see somebody react in this manner to something that I view as tremendously positive and life-saving for the republic, Donald Trump doesn't get elected, the freedom of speech, they are going to whack away at it. Just watch John Kerry here state that that is their intent.
Our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So what we need is to win the ground, win the right to govern by hopefully having, winning enough votes that you're free to be able to implement change.
I mean, you're going to have the Russia war continuing. You're going to have nonstop funding of Ukraine. It's ridiculous. And more DEI, and people think that DEI and transing children are a good idea. I really hope that as a nation that we can come back to some semblance of common sense, which should be the motto of the way we communicate with each other, and try to achieve that common sense bridge. But it's very difficult with somebody like this and with the blue team because they've been indoctrinated. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. God bless. Have a fantastic day. Peace.